Okay, recording has started.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon once again. It's been a while now. Maybe you have not been seeing me on this meeting for 2 weeks now, but I believe Benga has done a lot of justice to what you have been treating so far. And I've seen most of your work. You guys are doing well. I'm really impressed with what you guys are doing. So today I will not waste much of your time, but I want you guys to get some tips on how you can modify and beautify your work. So why even or another thing I want to share with you guys is how you can use Power Query very well. Today, I'm not going to connect to any Microsoft Excel. I'm going to connect to a live database from my local server. I want to show you guys how to, the other time I show you guys how you can connect your Power Query to table from a URL. For instance, let me share my screen so that we can start properly. Where is it? If you can see my screen, you just confirm that. Where is my, I'm sharing this. Let me share the whole screen. Can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
Can you see it now?
Yes, it's coming up. Yes, we can see it now.
All right. So what are we talking about? You know, we said earlier, like you can connect your Power BI to any type of data source in the whole world. Let me start my Power BI today. Power BI desktop. I think what I'll just do today, let's take note of what we are going to talk about. From there, we should. So, Power Query. Power BI service. Report sharing. And templates. So I think these are the things I want to share with you guys today. So let's look at Power Query, because sometimes you can come across some unstructured data. So I want to give you a sample of that, and all of us are going to clean the data together. Yeah, and I'm connecting to my SQL database. And also, before you can connect to my SQL database, you need what we call my SQL connector on your system. SQL connector. So let's check this out and see what we can do with it. Let me open up my chat so that we see what you guys are saying. So yeah, this is my Power BI desktop. So the first thing we have to do is to get data right. I'm getting my data, and I said it earlier, you need to install my SQL connector on your system before you can connect to a SQL database. So like you see on my screen, I have my SQL connector installed on my system already. I have the setup. So you can go online and download it if you are the type that use MySQL database. just to practice. So, or I can extract the file and send it to you as SQL file. So you can also connect to that by connecting to normal file. So let's get data. We are all familiar with this screen, right? I believe that we are all familiar with this screen. Let's get our data. Okay. So can you see my screen now? I'm having all data sources on this all. When you click on all, you see all the data source you can connect to. But here now, in order not to waste much of my time, instead of scrolling down, I can easily come to database and pick my SQL. Anyone you are using, if you are using SQL Server database, you can do that as well. Just know that it will request for authentication, whereby you need to supply username and password for you to connect to that particular database. I'm using my SQL database, and I will do what I will connect now. Simply because I'm having SQL connector, it allows me to connect direct and need to do what? Just to supply my server name and database name. So my server name is what? Localhost. Since I'm dealing with my local server. So my database name is going to be like this. Let me open up my server, my database from my browser. I think, let me go like this. Localhost, my admin. So I want us to connect to this, alright, my POS. So this is my POS, and we have how many tables there? We have 5 different tables here, which is category, customer, product, and we have sales, then we have users. So I want to connect to this database now by supplying the user, the server name, and my database name, my POS. So then click OK. Okay, let me use my credential, my database credential. I need the username for this database and the password for this database. If you are familiar with MySQL very well, you should understand what I'm doing. My username is root, while my password is empty. So I'm fine like this. I need to do what? I'll just click on connect. So it's connecting to our database now and it's loading. What's happening? Unable to do what? Okay, let's try again. Wow, what is happening? Let's click on edit. Oh, so can you see? I'm having issue with this server name. Instead of localhost, I typed, I forgot to add L after the A. So localhost, let me click OK. And let's see whether it will connect now. Perfect. Can you see now? We have 5 tables from my database. So let me click on all. I need all these tables, and I can do what? Transform in order to open up my Power Query. So I'm having all my tables now on my Power Query. I have my product category, I have food, I have drinks, snacks, wine, and VIP. Then I have my customer table where I have only one customer, and I have my products, what I'm selling. I have product ID, category ID, code, product code. I have my description, and I also have my product image, number of what we have in stock, and we have buying price, selling price, and also we have sales so far. Then sales date is there. So we have this table, perfect. And also, what else do I need? I have my POS here, sales, which is sales. So can you see on my sales, I have ID, I have code, I have customer, who is buying, who is my cashier, and I have products. So what are they buying? And also tasks, whether you're adding tasks to the total price, net price, and total. Then we have payment method, and then we have sales data as well. Then I have my users. So admin, username, password, profile, administrator, seller, and so on like this. So this is what you have. Now, the first thing to do is what? How we can optimize this our data in order to enhance the efficiency. Like you want it to load fast. You don't need, you need to remove some things that you don't need from these tables. Let's check from my category. What are we? Okay, this category table is perfect. This category table is perfect. So what do I need to do here? Let me just rename it. I can come to this property, rename it to what? Let me rename it to category. I have my customer. So customer name, ID, email, everything is perfect here. We don't have any issue with this table. It's okay. So let me also rename this to customer. So what else? Let me go to products. Under my products, you know, I'm not dealing with product image. I can remove it. I can easily remove product image here. So I don't need the URL or anything. I don't need the product image for now. So I can easily do what? Check my tables under image, click on it, go to remove column. I can remove this column. Let me remove this column. Let me go to buying price, selling price, and co. So every other thing is okay. We need all these ones. So we are good. We are good to go. So the next thing here is what? My sales. My sales. So this is where I actually have issue on this database, because I want to check what are they buying under my sales. I want to check what are they buying per product. I want to check. I don't want to check by total, and I don't want to check by customer. I need to check by product. What are they buying in my store? That's actually what I need. So also, I'll come back to this table, and this is where we actually need to work. This data is not structured, because if we check on this, if we click on this first line now, can you see what I'm having on this column? This single cell, I'm having all this data there. How can you clean this type of data? This is an array of data. So imagine, what do you have to do to clean it up? So let me come back to, let me edit this, check what we need on this user. So let's do this. I don't need this password. It has been encrypted, so I don't actually need it. So let me delete this password as well. User image, I don't need it for now. Last login, and that's all. Let me change the name to what? Users. Perfect. So let me go back to my product sales table. I came across this database. I was not that build the software. Let me show you what is happening here. I built this inventory system like a year, 1.5 years ago. Let me show you how it works. Local host, where is it? My POS. I think the app itself. So let me log in. Admin. This is a live data. They are using it in a restaurant. So this is what I have. And this is how it was. You can create sales, By the time you're adding products, like you want someone wants to buy. I don't know, maybe you're getting what I'm saying. Someone wants to buy things from you. You need to do what? You need to sell. So let's assume that I'm having this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. So this is where you can sell your product. It will hide as an array. So you jump into the database. So you can have this. Let me do this. Sorry, guys. So what you have to do, sorry, is so now after connecting to this database, the major problem we are having on this our table is this particular column under this product that they are buying. So now I need to do something here. Let's now try to structure this data together. So what do you think if you come across this type of data? What do you think you can do? Let me hear from all of you.
I think we need to separate all the items, all the what I call it, the strings, the text strings within the cells. Separate them into different tables so that each one will stand alone. Because now we're having like ID, description, table water quantity, the number of quantity, the stock, and all that. So I think we need to separate each one of them.
Okay.
Using
so any other opinion? Let me see what people are saying on chat. Okay, if we are to use this split by delimiter, which of these delimiter do you think we can use? Are we using angle bracket, Collins bracket, or we are using comma?
Comma.
Okay. Don't forget that if you are using comma, there's a problem as well. This is not CSV. This is directly from database. So, but sometimes if you download this type of data from your database, it will come out as CSV. Perfect. So you can also import it as CSV, assuming that we downloaded it from database. So, but now this is the data. You know, if you have more than one, if this person is buying 2 products, that's the reason why we are having. That means the person is buying table water, and the other is also buying rice and chicken. So now I actually want to know what are we doing here? What are we doing here? But for me, instead of splitting by delimiter, which is comma, why can't we do okay, what if someone buy more than 2 products? Let's check if we have anybody that buy more than this. Okay, imagine this person bought how many? 3 items. This person bought 3 items from our shop, and everything is now in array. We have array of what? The first one is meat pie. The second one is what? Showing us what? ID of meat pie, description of meat pie, quantity that person is buying, how many do we have in stock, what is price per product, and then what's total price. So after buying it, so say that means what the total is what 250 multiplied by 3, which is our quantity. So yeah, I'm now having another one as well, which is what the person is buying 5 Alive Tropical. So and the next thing is what table water. So now compare this one to the other one. If you are splitting it by comma, don't you think we have several columns in our table? Now, since this is the column that is having problem, why can we take it to the end of the table? Let's try that first. Right click on your column and move it to the end of this table. Let's move it to the end. Let's make others to come to the left and let this one be at the right. That's the first thing. Looking at it again, I can separate my data with what? You know, we have this separating each items. We have these 2 things separating them, which is what? Close Collins bracket and comma. I can use that particular delimiter to separate all the items. That anytime you see this, help me to separate it. From there, you now know what to do next. Okay, let's try that. This, I will do split by delimiter. I will now use custom. You can see I can use custom, which is going to be Collins bracket close, comma. So at each occurrence of this, help me to separate it. So click OK. What do we have? Let me check. Let me scroll to the right. Can you see? It separated all this for me. That means if you buy up to 10, at that particular point, it will separate it for me. I see. So that means this type of people, they are buying one item. But when it comes to this place, the person that bought 2, it will separate it. Now, what else do you think I can do to combine all these things together? This, how many? Like up to 5. Is split it into 5 columns. What do you think I can do to combine them together? I want us to work together.
Mr. Fish, should I unmute people for them to all? You should just put in the chat. You should just put their comment in the chat.
Okay. Let's be seeing what they are saying in the comments, or you
Okay.
can fix them. So what do you think you can do next to this from product 1 to product 5? These 5 columns. Any suggestion here? There's a functionality we call on pivot in Power Query. It's just like you are transposing data in Excel, but this one is different. So, like, what I will do now is like this. If this data, if the product is more than 5 now, if it is up to 10 at that point, I can easily do this. Select from column 1, which is my ID, to the last one beside my product, which is going to be my what? My sales date.
Sorry, Mr. Fiz, I muted you. You can continue now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for that. I said after highlighting all these columns, there's something we call unpivot columns. You can unpivot any other thing you have on this table. Even though you have up to 10 items, if we have someone that bought 10 items, even though you have that, you can easily do what? Unpivot everything. Now, I will highlight all these from column 1 to this place. You can hold your shift key by doing what? I click on the first column, hold down your shift key, drag to the last one. Where is it? This is the sales date. So just click as you highlight from the first one to the sales date, and I'll come to transform and click on what? On pivot column, on pivot other columns. That means I'm saying that don't unpivot the one I selected, but help me to unpivot any other thing on the table. So let's see how this works. And this is the most important thing. If you know how to use Power Query very well, you don't have problem with any type of data coming to your table. So unpivot this. Can you see? It's changed all the headings to what? Column, and all the values to a single column. So instead of me having 5 columns, everything is now in a single column. But don't forget, this attribute is just an header. We don't need it. I can delete it by click on it and just press delete key on your keyboard. So the next thing to do under this value, you can call it items, right? Items. Now, if you say we can, since we have one product now, one item on each cell, we can easily split it by what? By comma. Now we now come and say, okay, help me to split this by what? Delimiter, and use comma to separate them at each occurrence. And I will do this. Can you see? Okay, let me rename. I can do this. This is my product ID. This is my product name. And the next thing is my quantity. Stock. Rate. This product rate. And this total amount. You can delete it, right? Since you can easily do what? Calculate it by ourselves by using quantity multiplied by rate. Do you get it? You can calculate it again, because if we don't calculate, if we want to use this column, we need to separate it. We need to remove some symbols, all these characters at the end. So instead of doing that, let's just remove this first. And the next thing to do, I need to separate this. I only need the ID. I don't need all these angle bracket ID. I don't need it. So let's separate by what? Delimiter. And by this time, I'm using colon. Okay. So product ID, and this one, we don't need it again. I can delete it. Let my product ID be my product ID. The next thing is what? Description. Let me split this one by colon. Okay. I can delete this one too. And leave this. Quantity, the same thing. And let me delete this. Name it quantity. Stock. Let me split it. Delete this one and rename this. And this is my rate. Split by colon. So let me delete this and do this. So to this point, do you have any issue with what I've been doing so far? Let's add a calculation column to this by getting our total purchase by doing what? Quantity multiplied by rate, right? Let's do quantity multiplied by rate. But on this quantity, I'm having no. I can remove it. I don't need that no. So after that, I can do my calculation by doing what? Come to add colon at the top from your ribbon, custom colon, and let me add something called, let me say, total amount. Total amount. So, and that will be what? Quantity multiplied by what? Multiplied by rate. And click OK. So before I will continue, please, if you have any issue with this my query, you can ask your question. You can ask your question. Do you all get how we arrive at this?
I've unmuted everyone for at least 5 minutes. Then I'll mute everyone back. So we can just start by raising our hands. Then we'll go ahead and ask questions. 5 minutes, please. Mr. Fitz, let me ask first. To do the calculations, is it at this where you have at the header where you have ABC123? Is that where you put in the calculation?
Go to your ribbon, add column, and custom column.
Okay.
Change it. Come to this and take it as total amount.
Okay.
And come to my calculation. I can easily do what I need my my quantity. Can you see?
Okay.
Quantity multiplied by what? Multiplied by rate.
Rate. Okay, to just pull it out.
Yeah, it will auto suggest for you, or you select it from here and insert. Then you click OK. So everything is there. So after all this, can you see this total amount is supposed to be in number, right? But why am I having it as the data type? I mean, this data type is not okay for me. I need to change it. SS, it will be counting it as label. It won't see it as number. So make sure you watch your data type very well. Can you see all this is in 123, 123, 123? So this data type here is showing that this alphabet and number. It can take any character, any number, and symbol. So that means the data type is in text.
Test string.
Test string, yeah. Now I can change it to what? Whole number. So let me change it to whole number and have this. I'm good now. So I'm through with all this. I'm through with my category. I'm through with my this and this and this. Everything is perfect now. Everything is perfect. So the next thing I can say I need to do, I'll go and do the remaining one in my data modeling. So let me do what? I know Benga has actually done a lot of things on the HR data. That's the reason I just feel like, okay, let me come up with this another way around so that you can see different perspective of how you can clean your data. So yeah, on our HR data, we don't actually have any type of, maybe you don't really do any cleaning on it. But with this now, if you can see my sales table now, you see all the steps applied. All the steps applied on this data has been recorded. And for you to fill all these steps, you can actually do what? Go to your advanced editor under my, where is that? My home. Where's my advanced editor? Okay, this is it, under query. When you click on your advanced editor, can you see? Everything has been saved in M language. So this is everything we have been doing so far. So everything has been saved in M language. So now let's load our data, right? Are we cool?
Yes, I guess we are. No questions from the chat. So.
Okay, let me load.
Hello, Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Smith. Sorry to bring you back. Please, from the onset, all this other end is very good. At the point when we were trying to deliberate on that product,
okay,
that had about like 5 products, you know, you now how you split it into 5 products.
Okay.
I know what you did before splitting, because I think my network went off in between, please.
Okay. That was at this point, right?
Yes, beautiful. Yes.
Okay.
You know, you did something that was, which you brought a column close to, you said if it's about 10 column.
Okay.
You did okay to delete some parts, but because it was 5 and you maneuvered, I don't know what you did, please.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What I did in this case, the first thing I did was to move this to the end, this particular product column. I move it to the end. That's what I have as the other column under this applied step. Then the next thing I did is, well, I splitted this column to pieces, like using the limiter. You know, as we were discussing before, like on this set, we have 2 items on this particular cell like this. There are some that we have more than that. There are some, probably tomorrow, someone can buy 10 products at a time. You understand? So if someone is buying like 10 products at a time, we can even practicalize it and see how it will work, since we are the owner of this particular software. So maybe probably I just decided to buy something from this. I don't know if it will work under create sales. Let me add some products. I don't know why is it not coming up. Let me do this. Let me reload. So let me try to add something. Where's my F12? F12. Clear, catch, and reload. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do this. Log out this. Let me just try to log in. I don't know what's happening to this. Okay. Let me use another browser. I think that will be fine. Just for us to understand, you know, I was saying, like, for instance, now, after splitting this particular column, we have up to 5 columns. It's created into 5 different columns. That means that the number of items is customer bought from us is 5, like at a time. Okay, what if we have more than that? That's where we are going. If you have more than that, and I said, after splitting this, you know, we unpivot all the columns by doing what? We highlighted from the first column to where? To the column beside this, beside my product column, which is sales date. Where is it? Where is it? To this point. To this point. We are highlighted to this point. Now, we now unpivot others, like all what I'm having from this product 1 to product 5, even if it is up to 10, help me to unpivot it to what? To a single column like this. So that one took us to these steps, to this step. So which is what? Changing all the headers to this, which is product 1, product 2, product 3, and the value in them to this point. Now, after that, we remove this column attribute, we don't need it. That's it. And we rename. We split this into pieces as well using the limiter comma and do this. So, and just by splitting all this column into pieces, we got to what point? Where are we? So this is still loading for me. Let's check this out. Let me check if you can sell. So let us say I'm buying this. Wow, this is not adding. Why? Why? I don't know what's wrong. So let's forget about it. So I just, after getting to this point, we split, after splitting all this column into, we delete those ones that we don't need. We deleted everything that we don't need. So now where are we? Where are we? So after getting to this point, so we filter column that are quantity that is giving us no. We filter them out. Then we filter row. We add another custom column for us to calculate our total price and total amount. So we do quantity multiplied by this, and that's how we arrive at this point. And we change the type of this to this O number instead of text string. So I think that's what we have done so far. And this user, so we have our user ID, we have everything is here. Now let's load this data to our Power BI. So let me just close and apply. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, not taking you back, but I just wanted to ask, this function on pivot column, can we find it in Excel too?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's just what I want to ask. I'm going. Mr. Fizz, you can unmute yourself. I think I muted everyone.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
So back to our Power BI. So, this is our data set. We have our categories, we have our customers, we have products, we have sales. So checking at our this sales, we have something common to other tables. We have product ID that we can use to relate to product table. We have seller ID to relate to user table. We have what else do we need? Customer. Where is it? But I don't really need this task table, task column, since it's not necessary. I don't need it from everything is 0 and we are not using it. Okay, we have 4 somewhere and 3. Oh, perfect. Let's leave it. So, and let's come to our model. What do we have here? This is my customer table. Let me put it somewhere in this corner. This is my category. This is my customer. And this is my product. Where's my sales table? Where is it? So this is my sales table. And the last one is my user table. So let me reduce this. So I can have this. So this is my sales table. Let's check it out. Let's check. So I can easily use it, relate all these product thing of it together. So let me do this. I can relate my table, my ID of product to what? Product ID here. Am I right? So that should give us one-to-many relationship. And also I can do this ID seller to my user ID, and this is it. ID seller to my user ID. So, okay, but this customer now, okay, we can do customer to ID customer. But don't forget that on this now, there's nothing relating. I can only relate this product table to this one, to category table. So I can do this category ID to ID category on my product table. Can you see? Now, let's check something out by going back to our dashboard, our Canva. So let's do this. But before I'll start designing anything here, I want to show you how to create templates with your PowerPoint. So let me open up my PowerPoint here. I've designed one before. So can you see this? And this is what I'm going to use for my background. Are we all together? I believe you can do better. Just come up with a design, a template, anything from your PowerPoint, and then you transfer it to your powerBi. Okay, let me save this first. I will want to save this. So what? Let me save it as image. Let me come to this place. Okay, it's actually on, and I will want to save it as, let me save it as PNG. And call it dashboard background. So let me click save. So I can say, just if you have multiple slides on your PowerPoint, you can save it all. But since I'm only having one, let me just do it to create a folder for me. So what is happening? Save it as what? PNG. Let me do a video. So, and I will do this. Let me do this just one. Okay. The background has been saved. And if you check my folder now, where is it? Let's check BI report. images. That sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, this is the background. Okay, so can you see it now? So let me come to this place. Let me click on this camera and under format, page background, let me add image. And the image is coming from where? Let me pick this. And let me fit the image to my background. So let me just add something here. Let's see. Let me go back, sorry. Page background. Mama. Here. Oh, sorry, transparency is in 100%. You don't need that. Let me do fit page. And I can drag my, whatever I want to drag on, I can easily put it on this. I can fit it to all, any of this, my, can you see? So let's assume that I want to get total sales now. Total sales. I can use card for that. Let me use card and come to my, okay, I don't want to use this sales table now. I don't want to drag from this place. I want to create a measure for me to get the total amount of the sum of this total amount. So let me come to my model, new table. So I can say my table name. Oh, sorry, let me cancel that. You won't be able to understand it too well here. Okay, let me go to this place. So let's do table 2 and let's do new table. Yes, I think this is fine. Let's just call it calculation. Let's give it calculation. Sorry, what's happening here? I can't see what I'm creating. Let me come back here. Under table category, we have home. Enter data. I think this is what I'm looking for. Enter data. Exactly. This is what I'm looking for. Change the name to calculation. Sorry, am I correct with this spelling? Calculation. I hope my spelling is correct. So,
Hold on, I'm coming. Let me.
so I just need to confirm that. So, and I will do what? I'll just load. Let me load. So I have a calculation table now where I can use it to do my calculation, everything, all my measures. I want to add it to this calculation. You can see that I don't have anything here now. I can click on this calculation. Let me create a new measure. That I want you to understand that now. That is why I come to this extent. So I can easily create it by going to my measure and create new measure. So let me create a new measure and call it total sales. Let me name it so total sales, net sales, net sales. And what are we summing up? You can say is equals to what? Sum each column can come to our sales table and we need to sum total amount, and close the bracket. So it will help us to hold the total sum of our sales. So can you see now? I have a measure showing my net sales. So I can delete this one now since it's not holding anything. I can delete this. So now let's go back to our Canva. With this table card, I can easily do what? Drag this to my feed. Can you see? Now, let me do something here. Yeah, so with this one now, what else do you think I can do here? I want to format this. Let me come to format and change this. Do I need title? No. Okay, I need title. I can on it. Let me say it will be my net sales. Net sales. So my title should be at the center and the font is okay like that. I can make it bold or I can decide to change let me change this to bold. I can change it to, okay, let me come to this general. I can change this background. I don't need the background, but I need the color to be white. My text color under data label, color should be white. And also the 45 pixel is too much. Make it smaller. So 33 is okay for me. Okay. You know what? I need to remove this net sales below the at the bottom here. Let me make it decimal places to be 2. And also, what else do I need? I easily do this. That my title, I can make it what? Colors to be white. Let me do something different. Okay, yeah, the gray is perfect, and the size is will be 12. So the net says at the bottom. Let me remove it. Yeah, that's my category. So let me reduce the size of this and do something like this. So I can have it like that, as my net says. Now, let me say total number of customer. Total number of customers. I can create a new measure, come to new measure, and I will call my measure number of customer. So I'll come to this place and make it so count. So you can use any of these. So you can count number of rows in a table, count blank, count S, count A. So you can count this number in the column. So let me use this, let me just count to, or you can use count S to do whatever you want to do. So I can use count these things as well. So you can do customer name, and close it up, and you have something like this. So instead of me repeating the same thing again, I can easily duplicate this. Control Z, Control C, Control V, and bring it to this side. Let me do this. So by doing this, I can come to the, instead of net sales, let me remove this and put my number of customers. Can you see? And I can come to my formatting under the title, change it to customer. So you have this, you can reduce it. So what else do you think you can pick from the table? Let's do products by category, total sales by category. By doing this, click on this chart. Okay, no, I need something different.
let me use this. Let me drop it here. Let me drop it here. So let me do product category. Let me come to my category. Let me pick category as my axis, and let me pick total amount for the value. And I can do my product category to be a legend as well. Can you see? So if you like, you can put legend. If you like, you can remove it. So I can do this. Let me do a table here. Let me change this to table, matrix table. And let me pick my product category as well to be my row, and my column to be my what I'm okay. Let me do total amount as well. Let me also have it in table. Can you see? So I can make this so I can right click this, so as a table. Okay, let me go back. So I think I can have this like this. Let me do what else can I do? Let me check my table. Let me check the relationship. Okay, let me check product by quantity. Product by quantity. Let me go back here. Let me place this, place it somewhere. Can I import visuals? All these visuals, they are common. So let me go online and import visual. That's another thing you can do. Let me go to import visual from where, or get more visuals from where, from market. Okay, so we can pick any of these. You can pick any of these. Infographics, let me pick this. Okay, let's do this. Let me pick this matrix. I think it's loading. Perfect. Another one I can pick is let me pick the let me pick this gauge. Right. So yeah, let's continue. Can also have another thing here. Maybe after the next sales, we can calculate our product, right? Our profit. So I want to have my profit in between here. What can I do? Tell me. Total sales minus what?
Let me look at the data.
Okay, so we can do this. Can come to our table.
Total amount minus
So let's come to this place. We have our rate. We can do rate cost price multiplied by selling price, right? We can do cost price multiplied by selling price. Where is our cost price? Under our products, we have our selling price, our cost price. This is buying price multiplied by quantity sold. So that means we are multiplying this buying price multiplied by this selling price, multiplied by quantity sold, which is this. So how can we do that? Let's do this. Let's create a measure by doing okay, let me come to this place. New measure. So cost price, which is going to be product. No. It's going to be my
selling price now.
Under my products, we have my, no, this is not what I need. What is that table name?
Is products.
Okay. It's going to be to multiply two tables together, two columns. You do what is the name of this column?
Is it the product or the sales?
Okay, buying price.
Buying price is the column.
Yes. So you do buying price.
No, BUY here.
Yeah, but it's not picking it.
Yeah, but I think we're not in the table.
Yes, even with that, since we have related the two tables together. Okay, let me do this. Related column name. No. Related table. Products. Okay. Let's do this together. Let's come here. Let's check on that multiply.
Yeah, in your browser.
Yes. Multiply 2 columns in this. So let's check that out. I don't know why it's giving me this. I know. So let's do this. Let's do calculate. Let's do product calculate. What's my expression? Wow.
We look at the model again and see.
Yes. Let's try that. Okay. Instead of disturbing ourselves, can we just do something like this? Let's go back to our sales table. I know what to do now. Let's delete that. Let's come to our sales. Under sales, let's add another column to this sales column. So we now bring in the cost price of each item in front of it. So what do we need to do? Just come to table 2, new column, and that new column will now be what are we going to call it? Cost price. Cost price. And it's going to be what? Related what? Product buying price. So I think this is perfect.
Why is buying price showing here now and not on?
So yeah, showing that the buying price of fried rice is 200 naira, the selling price is 300. So let's now do this.
Profit.
We now do our
total minus cost price. Total amount minus cost.
Now you can do total cost price. You understand? It will now be total cost price. Let's do our calculation here. Let's add another column, or we can create new measure now. Let's do new measure. Is equals to. So we can say total cost price is equals to QTY okay. there should be a dash formula to multiply two columns, right?
Yes, it's not showing.
Because they are not, it's because it's showing us we are not in the same. See now. But where are we having this? People are complaining about that as well. I can be using some for this. Okay. Let's go back. So that means I can do, what's the name of my table? Space. QTY multiplied by says buying price, which is going to be my cost price. Can never work. I know if I try to, let's delete this. If I do it within this particular sales table, it will work. But I'm wondering why it's not coming up here. So, okay, let's do this new measure here. Or let's just go to our table and create a new column. Where is it? Sales. And do new column. And we can call it total cost price. Total cost price. And that would be QTY, my quantity, multiplied by cost price. So, and that's so now, we can now get our total cost price in our calculation as well. New measure to now be total cost price. So, and that will now be some total together. I'll give me this. So that's how you'll be working with that. You get familiar with it. So now going back to my this, I can easily do this. Control C and P. Let me bring it here. Now I can easily get my profit now, right? By subtracting this from this from net sales. So I'll just do profit as my new measure. So I will call it where is it now? new measure. So let's call it profit. Profit. And the next one, the formula will now be net sales minus what? TCP. So I have my profit now. So now I know this my I'm coming. This is my background. What's happening to it? Background, fit, no, fill. Okay, yeah. Now I can drag my profit to this place instead of net sales. Let me drag my profit to this. That's my profit. I can change the title by coming to this place. My title to profit. So I can create, let me do top 5 products by using which type of this thing do you think I can use now? Let me do cluster bar chart, or let me do normal bar chart. Let me do it here. Okay, let's do this. Let me take my product name to this place. This is my description. And where's the profit? Profit is under this. It's going to be my value. And I can now say profit. You know how to do this now. Top N. Sorry. Filter.
You want it? Then take it. Wash it. I wanted to wash it and give the person, but later the person said.
Hello, Kasim. Are you the one?
Sorry, I was carried away. Yeah, go on, please.
So let's do filter. Let's do filter here. Filter by what? Let's filter our page by what? Filter products. Top N, top 5. By what value? By my profit. And let me apply this. Can you see? But I don't need blank here. How can I remove blank from this? Let me go to this table. And under my sales.
So, Mr. Fitz, do we have to remove it totally, or can't we hide it or something?
Yeah, I just want to filter it out.
Okay, filter. Okay. Because I was thinking maybe if we need that parameter in another.
Okay. Okay. Under my product. My product. Why am I having blank under this product?
It's products, not product name.
So anywhere I'm seeing blank. Okay. That should be from profit there. But I can easily come to a yeah. Sometimes it will not work. I know that. Anything blank, I don't want to see it. So let me do this. And also, let me do this. Why are we even having blank here? Okay, instead of that, let's go to this, our transform data. Go to your transform data. So you can remove anything blank from your table. Sales, you come to this place, especially this total amount or anything quantity. Do we have blank here? Nothing like blank. So where's the blank coming from? No blank here.
Check under profit. Profit column.
Okay. Wondering why we are still seeing blank on the.
Mr. Fitz, what of product name?
That product name?
Yes, because we are getting like chicken, this and so might likely be under product.
Okay, let's check that. Blank, no. There's no blank here.
Blank.
So I think let's go back. Let's see.
Okay.
Where is the blank coming from? Okay. Let's go to our data. Under this total price, now total cost price, we are getting blank there. So before this, let me unfilter this. Clear filter. Where is the blank? No blank here. But what we did is
Someone said category.
Okay.
There's a blank here.
Oh, there's a blank here. Let's do this.
I think we should check category too. Those
Okay.
things, those products. They are under-
Okay. So under category.
not there.
So
You see, well, like what I'm saying, if you see the profit by this description, it's showing chicken, meat pie, fried rice, chicken, then blank. So most likely to be under where the items bought.
okay, yeah, that's under sales table. So that's the reason why. So the major concern is like this: if you are dealing with, unless you come to this place to remove the filter, let me do this. Let me filter. If you are not filtering by this, if you are filtering by, maybe you want to do this. No. You know what we did before was top N, and we have this. But if you want to do something like another way around, that you do can say blank. Does it work? Okay, that's if this is blank. So I don't even need that. Let me clear this. So, but under this, before we do top N, you can do something like this. Basic filtering. So you can easily select all and remove this. Can you see? So when you do that, now we should be able to add this. I don't know whether it will work off. So let's do profit here. By profit, let's apply. I know it will come back. So unless we get it out from our from our table, I want to get where the blank. Why are we having blank? Okay. You know what? Why try during the I'm getting it now. Come to your sales under sales. It's not even here. It's not here. You know, we related our table together under, what do we call it? Category and product table. And this product table is linking to this. So if we are to get the right thing now, let's do this under this table. Let's delete this relationship. When you delete this relationship, let me right click on it, delete. You see what I want to do now. Now, I will come to my table here, my sales table. I will bring the category ID from my product table. So I can easily do table 2 new column. So I can call it product okay, let me say cat ID is equals to related product ID category. So I will now remove anything that is 0 there, anything that is giving me null, I will remove it. So now, under this cat ID, but nothing is showing null there. Then why are we having the issue?
If you remove that is in that table, let's see the dashboard if it will see.
Like, okay, let's do this. Let's now relate this table together now. This cat ID to this. Let me check. Okay, let's go back to this. Can we check? Now, are we still having blank here? And total this. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard. Thank you, no problem. I know there's a mistake somewhere. So under this product, but let's check our product name. Is there anywhere we're having
That's why I said the product name. Let's check it and see.
Okay, let's.
Because those other products are shown, so most likely they are the same category.
So let me check under my products. So products, that description.
Okay, I think the description. Empty space or blank space.
Okay, if that's the case, under says, let me check product name. Without wasting much of our time, let me go back. Go back to my Canva. I will now use, instead of description, since we are actually have it on our sales table too, let me just drag product name here. Do we still have anything blank? And let me apply top 5. Product name. We have top N 5 by product, by profit, and apply. I think we are fine now.
Yeah, it's gone now. So that means it's actually under description, but not just.
Yeah, and yes. So you can do something better. So under my table, you can format this table very well. You can alternate row. You can do a lot of things here. So can you see? So can do something like this. So bridge. Okay. Then the subtotal, grand total, field formatting, title. So anyhow you like it here, you can put it. So this is my profit, this is my, and this is what I'm having here. I can also have product name and their sales, product by sales. So let me add another something here. Let me do something. Let me drag it here. So I can do my product. By net total amount, by total amount. So okay. Well, I can do something like what else? So I'm just doing my own. So just to make my dashboard to come up with something beautiful. I've seen some of you are very good more than me in design, and that's good. So I'm having this right now in front of me. Let me add slicer. But do you know what? I want to add a slicer in such a way that when you click on this button, what you are seeing here, it will pop up your slicer. That's what I want to do. I'm coming. Let me do something here. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Sorry.
Yes, we can. We noticed that in the total amount by category and category, there's a blank there too. So I think there's a blank in category too.
Okay. No problem. I want to give you some tips to make your design more beautiful. So I will do something here. You know, when you place your cursor here, it's showing the total amount for what? For the chicken, right? So I now want to show it in such a way that when you place your cursor like this, I want the total sales to come up in this format, or let me say profit. You know, this is showing profit by what? This is showing profit by, okay, if this come up like this, I want to see the total sales. You know, if profit is this, is this profit now, I want to see it in another format. I don't want to see it in ordinary text like this. So let's do something. Let me put another page and let me call it profit. Let me call it profit. Profit. Now, I will just drag my, what can I use? So let me use card, or yeah, let me use card. Let me do, I just place my profit on it. Profit here. So can you see it now? Let me do formatting. I will just copy the format of this. Let me copy this format and place it here. So let's assume this is what I'm having here. Now, this, I will come back to my page here. You know, this particular visual, I can add two tips to it, right? This is it. So I can add it to what? Page, report page, anything like this, I can add it to it. Can you see? The two tip, like when you place your cursor on any of these, you see how it's displaying on the mouse. This is what you are seeing. Now, for me, I don't want it to display like this. Let me just say, okay, I want it to display in another way around. Or I don't even like this color I'm seeing. Since our background is white, I'm coming. No, I'm having this. Let me delete it. Sorry. Let me just do something like this. Let me put this gauge and let me put my profit on it. Let's say I have target like this. I'm I'm trying to combine many things together for you guys today. Just go through the video again and I believe you will understand it. Yeah, let me say my target is 1 million. 1 million. Or let me call it mass target. It's 1 million. Let me call my minimum to be 100,000. It's 100,000. So now, let me do this. The target is my maximum value. The minimum is okay. Let's see. Maximum is okay. Is my target. Minimum should be this, and my maximum should be let's do 2 million. Let me do maximum with 2 million. Mass profit we can earn, let's say in a certain period, is 2 million. So let me add that to my this thing. Is it loading? Okay, I have it now. I can drag it here. So where is my own value? My own value is my profit. So I have it like this. Can you see? So yeah. Now, I'm having it like this. I don't need the formatting, data label. Let me do target. Let me do my color, my title. I don't need it. So yeah, so I want to kind of make this appear anytime I place my cursor on any of these bar. That's what I'm trying to let you understand, that you can change your tooltip instead of showing like this. So yeah, what am I going to do now? So How do you connect both together? You click on the chart, go to your tooltip and change it. So what you need to do here now is what? Click on this chart, go to your tooltip under format, scroll down, click on it. Can you see, instead of having auto here, no, default now. Is it because I'm not yet report page? What am I seeing here? Supposed to give me page. Supposed to show other pages now. Let me save this file. Sorry. Let me save it. powerBi. Let me say that's dashboard design. Okay. So where am I saving it? Okay. Let me save it here. Okay, let's try it again now. And let's come back here under tooltip. And wow. This is not working. Why? Probably I need to update the version on this system. This is wonderful. So what? Actually, I just want you guys to see what I want to do here. It will make your report more beautiful, seriously. But I don't know why it's not showing up. When you go under format, tooltip, oh my God. So it's supposed to show up, like when you place your cursor, instead of this to open, it will change to this. That's exactly what I want to do. I don't know, and I've done something like that before. Why am I having such issue? Okay, I need to update my powerBi. No, don't delete now. So let's check again. Let's assume I want to use it on this. Let me go to tooltip. Wow. Yeah.
I was just thinking, okay, on the profit worksheet, what we have there, is it related to what is on this chart? Maybe that's why it's not displaying it.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Yeah, the same thing. You know, what we have here is what? Profit by product name.
Product name, okay. Yes.
So anytime, and this one is what we did is what, to place our profit on it. Or, okay, what if you do, instead of having something like this, what if you have ordinary card, let's try card, and you have your profit on it, your profit on your cards, something like this. Let's take it back. So I'm just wondering why it's not picking it up. So when you click on this and you go to your tooltip, when you go to under this report page, you pick report page instead of default. If you pick default, it won't show any other thing like this. So, but when you pick report page, to be able to select another page here. So I'm now wondering why it's not seeing this page. I'm wondering why. So, but no issue. All of us can check that later. So another thing here is how you can create your menu, your what do they call it? Your slicer. So creating your slicer now is what I want to check. So let's just do that together without wasting much time, and we can wrap up for today. So I will do something now. Can you see my Canva? So I'll just do something now. Let me delete this. So under view, I want to make it bigger. Fit to width. No. Fit to page. Extra size. Okay. Let me have fit to width. So under your insert, go to insert. Let me insert shape, something like this. So I will place it on the top of my chart. So, and I will make the color, format this shape. Let me change it to something like black. Transparency could be something nice like this. So when you do something like this, so after this, you check your slicer. Come in. Let me design another one on it. Insert another shape. I will just have it like this. And let me just give it something related to the color we have been using. Let me change this transparency. Let me just do it a little bit. So yeah, and on this, we can say we want to insert our slicer. Okay. So
let me add my slicer to this. It's not showing now. What is happening? So where is my slicer? This is it. What can we use to slice this? Can we use dates? Let's use date, selling date. Okay, sales date. Let's use, it's like Titi Lokwe, you are tired, Abby. So don't worry, that's how it is. So let me add sales date to this. Okay, I think we can use this sales date. Yeah, feeling like, what are they still doing now? So let's do this. I think we can use the slider. Let's do another format. Can we use drop down? Drop down will not work for us. Yeah. Let's do relative dates. Between. Okay. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Can we do? So let me format this background and make it a bit deeper. General color. Title. Slider on color to be white. Okay. And then let me say date input color should be white as well for everybody to see clearly. So, and here let me reduce the transparency of this field, and let me change the transparency to this. So yeah, so for this, for my slicer, the title should be bold and everybody should be able to see it. Label, the input slider on. Okay. Title should be on. Dates. And do select. So I'll make it white. So let me take it to the center. And the other one, I can remove that one. So where can I remove that? Date input. Slicer header. Okay, perfect. So yeah. So with this, there's going to be some logic here now. Let's do this. Let's make it a background. Okay. Let me make it blue. Okay, we are good. So let me do something here. Let me drag this down a little bit. Insert text box, and that will just be, I'll just call it footer. Let me do something here. Center. Make it like this. So let me make it bold. So let me do shape formatting. So what do I need now? Don't worry, we all get it. We are getting there. We need small. So let me just, if you design a report like this for your boss, I know you might not share the money with me, Sha, but I know they will increase your salary. So anyhow, Sha, don't you think even though you put something on your screen, you need something to go back? So I need a shape, another shape. Another shape here.